All right, shalom to the elect. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying. And this is just going to be a quick CBDC update. I got a couple of articles that I want to get into. First one that caught my eye right here from Coindesk.com. EU plans for wholesale CBDC out within weeks. French central banker says a central bank digital currency usable by financial markets is moving faster than a more controversial plan targeting regular citizens. So they're trying to speed this thing up. They're worried about doing it quickly, moving faster, laying down the framework for this global digital economy. All right. And that actually begins with wholesale CBDC, because when I looked it up, wholesale versus retail CBDC, basically target audience retail CBDCs cater to individuals and businesses facilitating everyday transactions, whereas wholesale CBDCs target financial institutions and larger interbank settlements. So basically, to put it simply, the wholesale CBDC is going from one bank to the next, starting from the central bank, because it is central bank digital currency or central bank digital assets. So it first has to get to the smaller banks, the interbanks, and that happens through wholesaling. Just like you have a Costco or BJ's or Walmart, and the price that they're selling you at retail value is not the same price that they get those products for. They have to make their profit, and they charge you, a certain percentage above whatever they paid, which would be the wholesale price. So that's the interworkings of CBDC. You can't have retail CBDC without wholesale CBDC. So they're laying down this framework, and they're doing it quick, because it says out within a few weeks. Lord willing, right? Euro area central banks will set out plans for a wholesale central bank digital currency in the coming weeks, as they seek to innovate how financial institutions settle securities and foreign exchange transactions, the governor of France Central Bank said Tuesday. The wholesale plans appear to be moving faster than a much more controversial plan for a digital euro to be used by ordinary citizens, which we're going to need that, because, well, not like we're going to need it as we won't be able to survive without it, but meaning in order for the MOTB, the micro CHIP, to be made mandatory, as it says in the scriptures, as it is written, the prophecy of Revelation 13:16-18, we're going to have a digital euro, digital US dollar, digital yuan, whatever, digital currency, retail currency for ordinary citizens. Ordinary citizens will not be able to use wholesale CBDCs. That's only between banks. So it's happening in steps, like we always say, gradualism. They're gradually bringing in this digital economy, from the inner workings of it, from the computer softwares, through blockchain technology. You see Citibank, we did videos on it when they announced that they would be using the blockchain technology for customers, transfers or transactions. So we see that this thing is being laid out, and it's leading to something. It ain't just happening spontaneously or random. This is the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. These are the prophecies that we see coming to pass. All right, as far as what is the economy, or what is a currency that's going to be used with the mark. All right, Revelation 16, 13 and 16, the charagma. What's that currency? It's going to be digital currency, but it's not just regular CBDC. It's what they call retail CBDC, right? So it says, where lawmakers have raised numerous concerns over privacy and the impact on commercial banks, the Euro system has started exploring new technologies for the settlement of central bank money, including the issuance of a first type of tokenized CBDC. So they already started. The eligibility criteria and the call of interest will be published in the coming weeks, and experiments will be rolled out over the course of the next year, including trials with real transactions. So really, that's not a trial, because if it's real transactions and they're actually using it, it's here. they're using it. You're not trying it out. Right now, we're in the piloting stage. New York City, I believe at the beginning of this year, 2023, for like 12 weeks, they did a CBDC pilot program. Now, we didn't see that. We didn't deal with it. We didn't get affected by it because it was just a test. They weren't actually using it in society, and people weren't actually buying and selling with CBDC. Everybody, business as usual, but behind closed doors, concerning the governments of these different countries in the world, all of these governments are in on this central bank digital currency plan. All right, it's not just Europe, and I'm going to prove that in America. It's also in Latin America, so-called South America. This is from crypto.news. Argentina central bank director supports CBDC development. All right, Juan Augustin de Ateles, my Spanish is horrible, director of Argentina Central Bank, supports developing a local CBDC. The Minister of Economy, Sergio Massa, brought the initiative aiming to create a CBDC to solve the country's complex economic situation, quote unquote. And that's everybody's situation, because right now all the the world, so to speak, if you look up what's the global debt, I believe it's $305 trillion that the world owes to the central banks. So it's not just Argentina's economy. It's not just America's economy. It's not just Venezuela's economy. It's not just Haiti's economy. Every economy in the world right now is currently suffering in one way or another. And that's because they're bringing a global economic collapse to issue in this digital economy. Excuse me. So that's the song that's being sung. We need this digital system to help, because this, the current economic state of the nations of this world is in turmoil, especially certain countries like America. This economy is already destroyed. I wish I understood economics a little more, so to speak, but it's a lot of confusing terms and things. But it's not like I'm confused. It's just that I'm having a hard time understanding how hasn't this bubble popped yet, other than understanding and knowing that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai ultimately is in control. The time is measured and everything's happened according to the Lord's time frame. But this economy is already destroyed. All right, the U.S. dollar is already weak. It can't, $33 trillion of debt that's owed to the bankers, like, $1 trillion of credit card debt. There's nothing that could be done here. There's nothing that could be done. The only thing that's left is them redoing the economic system, which is going to be the Great Reset, what they call the Great Reset. And like I always say, whenever your phone or your laptop or any electronic device needs an update, it always has to reset. So what they're getting ready to do is just update the world's economy to a digital system, through blockchain and, softwares like that, computer softwares. And everybody's on board with this. Most countries are on board with it. And the few of them that might not be, or they may be resistant, you're going to see what happens to them. Because ultimately it's the Lord's will that this thing comes to pass. It ain't the central banker's will. It's not the central banker's micro C-hip. It's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's micro C-hip. He's the one that came up with the technology for it and gave it to the so-called white man, which is the devil, Esau, Edom, and put all these evil thoughts in his mind to enact these plans. Let me get that real quick in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 16, I'm going to start at 1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So what's the preparations of the heart in man? That's going into man's thoughts. What you thinking, what you preparing in your mind. You sit down, you come up with a plan or a device. The scriptures also call it devices. And in the Greek, the word devices is noema, which means your mental perception or evil thoughts, evil plans, evil purposes. So even the evil things comes from the Lord. I'm about to read it. Verse 4, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. And if you don't think this is going to be an evil time, you think CBDCs is here to help you. I got another article from Cointelegraph.com. CBDC will improve tax collection. All right, so if we're not already getting taxed enough, if we're already not oppressed enough under this central bank economy of the world run and ruled by Esau, Edom, the devil, beginning with the Rothschilds, the central banking families, if we are not already oppressed enough as it is and suffering enough, where there's going to be more suffering that comes with this digital currency. This is not going to fix nothing. This devil doesn't know how to fix nothing. All he knows how to do is destroy. He's the wicked that was created for the day of evil. The day of evil is talking about the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, a global economic collapse, reset / famine, and everything else that economic collapse comes with. But it's going to be more so controlled. It's going to be a controlled demolition of the economy. It's not like it's just spinning out of control and, nobody knows what to do. The next steps are already prepared, beginning first by Yahweh Shai, because everything is ordained by their will, everything that happens according to prophecy, but the so-called white man, because he's the one that's actually been given the instructions to carry this thing out, to carry this agenda out. So yeah, when you skim through here, it's going back into that guy again, the director of the central bank in Argentina. And it says here, giving commentary on local television, Noregra, I tried, expresses belief that the digital peso could help stabilize the Argentine economy as soon as 2024. So they talking quick. They talking fast dates, in the next few weeks, in the next couple months. In the official's opinion, the key feature of the CBDC is its traceability, which would help the government collect taxes. See, so, hey, you got, Jake that's not paying their taxes, even Esau. You got people out here that's not trying to pay their taxes. Well, you won't be able to do that with CBDC, with a digital economy. You can't do nothing with a digital economy. Just kiss all your freedoms goodbye. All right, you can't do anything in a digital economy. You're completely locked down. Everything you do is being tracked, monitored, watched, and controlled at all times. All right, that's the point. This is not helping. This is not going to do nothing. This is going to further oppress the world, and the people of the world is going to lock them into an even further digital prison, so to speak. More captivity, just like the scriptures say. I'm going to get that in Baruch. I'm going to end the lesson off on this. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. And it's talking about us Israelites, but all nations are in captivity under the so-called white man. How? Let me get that in Proverbs real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 22, I believe, and 7. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So that's how everybody's in captivity. We became servants through debt, through wages, all right, through owing this man. Because why? Because he charges usury, which is AKA taxes or tribute. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, taxes. And not only taxes, but bills. You got a bill for everything. You got a bill for water. You got a bill for light. You got a bill for rent. You got a bill for your car. You got a bill for your phone. You got a fucking bill for everything you need in your life to survive. You being constantly spoiled and raped or graped, should I say, by this man's system. All right, subject to payments. We under the rule of payments. We can't do nothing without paying. We can't do nothing in this society without physical paper money. But that's going to soon be a thing of the past, because you're going to have UBI. And you're going to have the micro CHIP, which is the MOTB, that's going to replace all of that. And if you won't have that, you won't be able to do anything. You understand? According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. So that's the reason why we here. All right, it's time for you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the elect of you, the chosen of you, to come back to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. It's fucking time, man. What the hell you waiting for? This man is about to come down with great wrath. Revelation 12 and 12. It's time for you to wake the hell up, man, and realize the position that you're in, and realize you're the Israelites, and the reason why these things is happening to you, the reason why you're at where you're at now, suffering, is because Yahweh by Shem Yahushai put us here for our disobedience. And it's time now to turn back to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, to repent, so the Lord can forgive us, all right, as a nation, but beginning with the elect of the nation, so we could be delivered from this time. All right, you Israelites keep fucking around, man. You keep saying that the MOTB is not the chip, and you don't want to deal with this CBDC thing, but everywhere you look is taking over the world, man. And all we hearing is more bad news about how more oppressive it's going to be, how more we're going to get taxed, how you're going to be traced and tracked and be under full control under the bankers. Is this the world you people want to live in, man? Well, you don't really have a choice because Yahweh Shemel Shah said it to be so, and it's going to happen, but for a short time. All right, this devil is only ruling for his little short season until Yahweh Shai comes back and delivers his elect. So if you want to be one of the ones who's delivered, get your fucking mind right. Wake the hell up. Realize what the fuck is going on. Pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai so you can understand the times that you're living in. All right, a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment. This is not time to fucking play around, man. All right, we closer than ever. All the pieces of the puzzle is here, and it's being put together right before our eyes. The image of the beast is being brought to life, man. This new world order. All right, this dystopian world that all, people have been warning about, especially I'm talking about, mainly the whistleblowers of Esau for decades. All right, the the Orwellian nightmare. Go do research on that George Orwell guy. He spoke about these things, man. And the apostles brought out all the books and, the informations, hell's angels or, the devil's angels. I forgot what it's called, the book. But, yeah, man, just keep your eyes peeled. Yahweh Shai told us to watch. So I'm just reporting on the news, as I'm on my watch. And, yeah, it's interesting how this thing is developing. And we're going to see more in the days to come, how this devil is going to actually, craftily establish this thing, and at the expense of people's lives and suffering and starvation and all of that, with him making this fake ass economic collapse that's about to take place. But again, even when he does these fake drills or, black swan events or whatever, they still have real consequences on the people of the earth because this man thinks he's God, man. All right, so Yahweh Shai is coming to get him out of here. Ain't much longer. We're not going to have to be sitting here for years with the MOTB and the CBDC. That's not how it's going to play out, man. Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this devil. He knows that he doesn't have much time left to do what he has to do, so he's trying to rush this thing. He's trying to get this done 2024, 2025. They talk about 2030, but the Lord said he's shorting the days, man. I don't believe there's no 30-30 in this place, Lord willing. So with that, I'm going to say, Kol Haloyim, La Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hope and pray you were edified through the Holy Spirit. Rachak Wadash. To the elect, I'll see you in the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.